everybody, how are you? I hope you've had a great long weekend. I am back obviously with another video. I hope you enjoyed last week's videos. And I'm really curious to know how well, first of all, did you sit with the exercises I gave you? How did they work out for you? Did you have any new awareness about your thoughts and how they're impacting your life and anything you'd like to create in your life? I'd love to know. Today, we're going to go deeper and we're going to look at your emotions. So if you've been watching my previous videos, you probably know about what I've been talking about, which is the miracle mindset, which is the mindset that chooses possibility over fear, that chooses love over fear. And the reason I say it like this is that as a society, we are so primed to expect the worst to happen. But that is just conditioning. We can actually choose to look at it in the opposite way, which is what great things can happen. And it's so simple. It's a choice. It's just a choice in your mind. And so for me, our thoughts are the foundation of everything we create in our life, because it's how we're thinking about it that impacts our emotions. So we have free will. We can choose the miracle mindset, which in A Course in Miracles, which is a spiritual text, it talks about being right-minded. So we can choose to be right-minded, which is to choose to see with love, or we can choose to see with fear. And a miracle, according to A Course in Miracles, is a change in perception from fear to love. So we can choose to see the love in the situation. We can choose to see with love. Now, like I said, our thoughts, the way we choose to see something, impact our emotions. So when we choose to see something with love, to think with love and then to feel with love, that obviously has an impact on what we're trying to create. So as an example, I'm a dancer, and throughout my whole career and even actually my training, I was always telling myself that I wasn't good enough, I was never going to make it. So of course I had so much fear in me about dancing and about my goals and about my dreams, and I never really gave myself a chance. So I really had to fight so hard to get what I wanted, but it didn't need to be a fight. I look back on nearly 30 years of this, and I think it could have been so much easier if only I'd chosen love. To choose to feel better about myself, if only as the greatest act of self-care. I don't even know what the outcome would have been. I mean, I would think that feeling that much better about myself, I would have had a better vibe, I would have attracted better work. And taking that out of the equation, taking the outcome out of the equation, at the very least, it would have been easier on me, because now I'm trying to get past so many energetic blocks and physical kind of injuries because of the way I was, like the impact that all that had on my body. So if I had only chosen love, I would have had a greater mindset. I would have had a better feeling for myself and my heart. I would have had better flow in my body. So again, you can choose how you feel. Now, one distinction that I do want to make is that it's always important to feel how you feel. Now, something can be sad or something could be making you angry. Be sure to feel that emotion fully without hurting yourself or anybody else. If you're frustrated, you can even take a baseball bat to a mattress, or go find a forest and scream in the forest. So, work with that energy and learn to get it out in a safe manner. So always, 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 you should feel that emotion. One thing I see a lot of is people pushing down that emotion and stuffing it down because they think, I should be positive. Now, we can't always be happy. And in fact, our refusal to feel more challenging emotions like hate and grief, that actually stops us from being whole human beings. And the point of life is, in fact, to be whole. And it's only our judgment of an emotion as a negative one that prevents us from feeling it. So we want to feel all those emotions. And we want to be able to embrace the wholeness of ourselves. So a lot of people say, I shouldn't be feeling this anger. I'm not a good person for feeling that. But you're just being a whole person, and there's no judgment on that. And you want to be able to feel it authentically. And you do want to embrace feeling like that as soon as possible, because the sooner you feel what I call low vibration or non-loving feelings, the sooner you move through it, the sooner you start feeling better. And this is just, emotion is just emotion that needs to move. And so you want to move this emotion through your system so you can come back to a place of feeling good. Because when you're feeling good, that's when you're able to create really great things for yourself, because you have a higher frequency. Now, when we start talking about vibration, that gets into manifestation, which is a topic that I'm going to save for another week or so. But you want to feel, like I said, you want to feel your emotions, but also you can be conscious of the emotions that you're creating and putting out into the world. So what you can do is, once you've allowed that emotion to go through you, you can get up to feeling better and then better and then better. So you're always able to work with an energy that helps to give you thoughts that are of more service. So you're using your emotions to help you to get to a better place. And sometimes, again, you can consciously choose to have a better mindset. For example, with self-worth, you can choose to feel better about yourself. That's a choice you can wake up to every morning. And when you choose to feel better about yourself, you show up in the world in a different way. You show up as your own strongest cheerleader. You show up and take the steps necessary to do what you need towards that goal. And sometimes it can also be resting. When I'm saying the steps necessary, it doesn't mean nose to the grindstone kind of work. A lot of it can be internal. You can be looking at any places that you're blocked. You could just be deciding to have rest that day, and that is perfectly okay. So when you're in the miracle mindset, you're really trying to feel as good as possible. You're reaching for thoughts that are of highest service, emotions that are of highest service, including the organic way of going about having those emotions. And I'll talk about that in a later video. But whatever it takes, you want to be getting to a place of feeling good. The words you use want to be words that are of service to you and that help other people. It's not great to be chatting about people behind their back or saying nasty things. I feel like that puts out bad karma in the world. And you don't want to be, you don't want that to follow you around. I'm a big believer in clean energy. And so when you're doing all these things to put you in a more loving mindset, I don't like the words positive and negative, because like I was saying about feeling sadness or fear, we think those are negative emotions and we avoid them. They're not. They're just whole emotions. So I'm going to say loving and non-loving. And so when you're in a place of non-loving, you're not helping yourself. So the miracle mindset is really in service to you. How can you help yourself the most? How can you set yourself up for the most joy and happiness and flow? And the more in flow you are, the more you have a ripple effect in the world. So the miracle mindset, everything that starts here, has a huge impact on the rest of the world, on anything you're creating, on anything you come into contact with, on anybody you come into contact with. And that, I think is just incredible, incredible power. So the miracle mindset, for lack of a better word, it is a huge power. We want to embrace the miracle mindset. The greatest thing that this work has taught me is how huge is our power for making a shift in our lives. We have so much. A lot of people talk about, the universe. I put this out to the universe, but the universe is inside us, and we have choice, and we have free will, and we have a huge ability to make change in our lives. So the better that we can be on the inside of us, and when I say better is, in terms of words and emotions and feelings and thoughts that are of more service to us, the greater our impact can be on the world. This is huge stuff. And this is really at the forefront of what's happening in the world as people wake up more and more into a place of higher consciousness. So I hope that made sense. I'd love to know how this resonates with you. If you can look, I would, even welcome you to look back on any situations where you might not have chosen the miracle mindset, and reflect on what if you had, and what the change would have been, what kind of a different outcome there might have been. Or maybe you're in a situation now and you can choose the miracle mindset, and you can see how does that feel on the inside of you. I hope that makes you feel better. And does that have an impact on the outcome? I would love to know. Please comment in the thread below, and do let me know what other videos you would like, and I would be so happy to create them for you. And thank you so much for watching. If you're in Vancouver, I'm getting ready for a workshop here in March. I'm very much looking forward to it. And I'm sending a big hello to all of you, and I'll be back later this week with another video.